decision.
Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, I gotta go get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of College Couch Podcast. Javaris Harris, Stackz Delbridge, forever in the building. Brother, what's going on with you? How you feeling?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Lovely day to be a college football fan. I'm good.
As always, brother, as always, it's always a lovely day, year, month to be a college football fan. So we're not gonna waste any time here. Phenomenal week 9. Again, still can't believe we've gotten this far within the college football season. Like maybe 3 or 4 weeks left, and then we get into bowl season, and then as well as we got another week until the college football playoff rankings come out. So that's going to be a big thing too as well. So, but yeah, we're not going to waste any time. Let's get into these games that we had lined up for you guys. Let's start off with this Alabama-Mizzou game. Mizzou coming in after a win against your boys, the Auburn Tigers.
Right.
And Alabama playing whoever they play against, just cruising past them. So no, they played Tennessee, so they lost against Tennessee.
They lost.
Yeah, they lost that game.
This was like the game for them. Like everybody was questioning, like, is Bama still Bama? Which is crazy to me because they lost 2 games last year, and then they lost 2 games before that. So it's like, so Saban definitely lost 2 games and stuff like that. But it's a different expectation for Georgia and Bama right now because Georgia and Bama is like, because they've been at the top, know, so it's like it's championship or bust, or you look perfect, or everybody looks at you like you're just trash, which is crazy to me because I've always said Georgia was a good football team this year. They just hadn't looked like they were in the past. But Bama, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on communication-wise with them before this game. I mean, because it looked like when they played Georgia, it looked like, okay, this Bama offense is high-powered, defense is looking good. Like, I mean, well, at least for the first half of the Georgia game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Vandy hit him in the mouth, and then Tennessee hit him in the mouth. So it's like, is Vandy that good? Is Tennessee that good? Or is just Bama just played that bad?
Well, I think a big thing with this Alabama team has been, and everybody has pretty much identified it, it's been discipline with this Alabama team. I mean, this is a very young team, so you got a lot of guys, coming out 17, 18, 19 years old. So there's a lot of maturity growth. I mean, growth, maturity, and the lack of. So is this team bad? No, I don't think they're bad, but they still have a lot of growth to do. And luckily, with this being Coach DeBoer's first season, and a lot of these guys, freshman, sophomore, junior year, there's still time to grow with your coach as well. So, for the seniors that are about to graduate or go pro, this is like their last hurrah. So they're trying to pretty much just get the scouts in order to, get the looks that they need and all this, that, and above. So, but no, I don't think this team is bad. I mean, they're bowl eligible, so I think that was a big thing, with this team. And but yeah, I don't think that they.
I mean, and I don't even think it's a discipline issue. I think it's a first year head coach issue, and being thin on defense, and having to accept a different culture, and they got a lot of transfers in, so it's like a lot of gelling that has to be done because it's not like it's the same team from last year. Like pretty much the entire team transfers, so you kind of starting from scratch with personalities that haven't learned to mesh yet. Like, and then you have your star receiver is a freshman. Like, I mean, and he's still 17. So I mean, which he's good. Don't get me wrong, but you got to get those that chemistry built.
Right.
But I don't think I think DeBoer is gonna be fine. I mean, this is his first year. I mean, people just forget that. Like, he said, "Oh, he's not Saban." Well, Saban wasn't Saban until he was Saban.
Right.
Like, I mean, because the first year, I mean, it looked like they just gonna be a regular team. But then after that, it's like, oh, Saban burst onto the scene again. It's like, as Saban. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, DeBoer, his record speaks for itself, and I think that coming from where he came from to the SEC is different. Luckily for Saban, he went from SEC to NFL back to the SEC, so he understood how the SEC operates. Meaning, like he understood that the stadiums were louder, were crazy, and you know what I'm saying, and how to recruit within the SEC and all that type of stuff. So yeah, the
Yeah.
board that's just a learning curve that he had to get over for this year. But it's still the hope is still not lost. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like you still, if you finish out strong, yeah, you probably won't make uh SEC championship, but that doesn't mean you still ranked number 15 or whatever. So you still have an opportunity to crack into that 12 spot. So I mean that's the beauty about this year. Now had it been last year, heck yeah, all hope is lost. But this year is it's a new era, so
Yeah.
hope is not lost. Like I mean, hope is not lost for a lot of teams. So I think we're gonna get everybody's best this last month of regular
Mhm.
season play. So
I
you
think
know,
this is really when of course we've been getting a lot of good football, like you said, but this is where the real football is being played because
right,
everybody's going to be fighting for those top 12 spots.
right.
But also, I do want to kind of talk about a little bit of this of the game as well. Brady Cook gets hurt again. Of course, I had already been telling you I don't think he'll be 100% coming into this game against
Oh
Bama.
yeah, he wasn't 100% finishing against us. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and I mean, backup Drew Pine comes in, 3 picks. I think this game was kind of at its end before it even began. To be honest with you, but yeah, just not a good showing from this Mizzou team. Really, really, just dealing with injuries, kind of going into the bottom half of the season. Of course, still 6-2, bowl eligible. They're 21, so they may not make it into that top 12 picture. But it was a lot of hope and promise with this Mizzou team. I mean, you had Brady Cook returning, you had Luther Burden returning, you had DOE's returning. So you had all these studs coming back, and then you add on with the running back Nate Noel. So you had all these guys that really could make something happen for this Mizzou team, and it just didn't look that way this season. So. You hate to see it because a lot of these guys are probably going to be draft eligible by the end of the season. So, where did this Mizzou team go by the end of the season? I mean, it's really hard to tell. So, yeah, man, I hate that. I hate that for them because they were a really underdog team, especially last year, but really this year because a lot of people had high hopes for them. But that Texas A&M loss was really like the downfall for this Mizzou team.
well, I mean, I don't think it was the downfall. I think it's what how do you the teams that win
Mm-hmm.
are one of two options: are the team that stay the most healthy and the team that has great backups,
Mm-hmm.
if not healthy. So I mean, that's been like for instance, when Georgia won the championship. I mean, first time. Don't get me wrong, well deserved, well earned, but Bama was hurt. So you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, they lost their top receiver and they lost their second option. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really no um it's hard to come back from that, like especially for offense. Like your defense can be as great as they want to be, but you know if the offense can't put points on the board, defense is it's harder for the defense to put points on the board and continuously make stops when the other offense is explosive. So yeah, I don't think it was necessarily a downfall, but getting your quarterback being hurt is a big position to fill because that's why they people don't treat it lightly. Like they don't take the quarterback position lightly. Like I mean, a lot of people ask for people to be subbed out and stuff like that, but your first option usually is your best option for a multitude of reasons: maturity, accuracy, composure. So I mean, those things that don't necessarily stand out on the box score or the stat sheet. That's what you get in a starting quarterback, and they lost that in Brady Cook. So, um, if you notice that game, he started off, he wasn't hot. But they were keeping up. With Bama. But then when they lost him, it was like instant change, because that's the leader of your football team. That's the guy that's got you to this point.
Right.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's the name of the game. You either have the next man up that's good, or you stay healthy. That's with all championships from high school to college to pro, all of that. So I mean, it's just like with Bama. They've been hurt at the DB position. They're real thin at that position. So when one goes down, it's hard to fill those spots because you got to shift guys around because certain people can't play in the slot that well. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. So I mean, Mizzou. I mean, I think Mizzou they'd be good. I mean, I know they're not gonna make playoffs, but uh, they'll be all right. I mean, at least they have a bowl game.
Yeah.
Because
I think
that's hard for a backup to jump into that position.
100%, and I mean, especially for someone that doesn't really get a lot of play time, like you
Right,
said,
in
like
game reps, right.
right. And I mean, and it's so funny because I had mentioned to you, and I made a post about this. It was almost like deja vu when the backup for Tennessee came in for that one play when Nico got hurt, and he threw that pick right to Malachi Moore, and then Drew Pine comes in, throws it right back to Malachi Moore. So it was definitely one of those moments like, oh my, like what is this a repeat of offense happening? And it was. So just goes to show Alabama secondary really, really stepping up, and taking advantage of those type of opportunities when backups
Right.
do come in, and really getting them out of their comfort zone. So I mean, this is really kind of still up in the air. I mean, this is really one of those opportunities where it's just like, all right, now we're just kind of seeing how this season is going to kind of wrap up for a lot of these teams. Especially again with that top
Right.
12.
I mean,
Right.
now you kind of see what you got for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I'm pretty sure none of the big guys are gonna play in the bowl game. You
Yeah.
know. So I mean, Pine gets his shot to look good in the bowl game, possibly, and be the starter next year, or do they go into the transfer portal? But it's interesting. I mean, they really couldn't do nothing with Bama after that point because Bama had healthier people in the right positions. I mean, so I mean they did. I'll put it like this: they didn't give up. That's the beautiful part. Even when
Right.
it looked bleak, they didn't give
You,
up.
you kind of have to play the cards that you're dealt at that point, and I mean that's just that again. That's just how the dice roll. So nothing to hang your head down about. It's unfortunate you kind of were picked as the homecoming game for Alabama. So again, you kind of
Yeah,
hate to see it. So, but yeah, man. But let's go ahead and move on to this Texas Vandy matchup, man. How about Vandy, bro? That man at home to only lose by 3 to a number 5 team. That's not
yeah,
bad for Vandy.
but that just goes to show you what we've been saying.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody wanted to clown Bama for losing to Vandy
Hmm.
because it's Vandy and Vandy's history of not being that great in past seasons. But this is a different team and a different time. Vandy is actually good.
Yeah.
To me, they're just a couple players away from making a playoff run or making or being in a conversation for a playoff. You know, so yeah, I mean Vandy, they did what they were supposed to do. They did the big one, and kudos to Texas for surviving that. You know, what I'm saying. So I mean, they're still only on one loss in the column of the SEC and overall. So I mean, you survive in advance. That's what the name of the
Yeah.
game is. So yeah, kudos to Vandy. We already know what Vandy's capable of, and
Absolutely.
Texas. And
Absolutely.
I think this was um a good win for Texas in the sense of you've been through adversity with the Georgia game and you lost. Okay, now you got a different monster, a different animal in Vandy, and you survive that. So you see that you can survive those moments where it looks kind of bleak. So that's big for them going into this last little stretch of games. Because I mean, honestly, the rest of their schedule is very winnable. And they're still in the picture for the playoffs. I mean, and they're very much in the conversation for possibly a SEC championship run. So I mean, just depending on, of course, how Georgia is, because right now I think A&M and Georgia are right there 1 and 2, just based off of points for Georgia, and things like that. But Texas is right there in the mix. You lose, but luckily for them, they lost to a very good Georgia team, and that was ranked, top 10. So that's a loss you can live with, because you're gonna see them again, or you're gonna have an opportunity to play for what matters the most, which is the championship. So
exactly. I think too. I mean, this just goes to show how Quinn Ewers bounces back from that type of adversity. I mean, again, to kind of be put in a position where your backup Arch Manning comes in as well, and it was kind of like that card flip with Coach Sark last Saturday against Georgia. So it was definitely good to see him kind of getting back on that steam train a little bit. 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But when you have a receiving core now, and I've been talking about this Texas receiving core all season, when you have a receiving core and when you have a good running back core as well, they make the game easier for you. They make it
right,
a lot more simplified for you as a quarterback. So again, great game, especially to go on the road to Vandy. I mean, to be put pretty much to be put up against the wall against Vandy is not a lot. Is not what a lot of people expect. But like we said, Vandy is good. Like they're good this year. So
right.
yeah, man. But shout out to Texas for getting it done on the road, and hopefully they can finish out the season strong and try and make it into that playoff picture, man. Still can't believe we're already.
Right, it's almost over. It's almost over.
Gosh, man, I genuinely hate when that happens, man. It's unfortunate, but it's just like, dude, now we're here. What can we do now?
Right.
So that fight to the finish is going to be
But
is going
at
to be
least at this
entertaining.
point, we have more football
Mm-hmm.
and more competitive football going forward, because you
Yeah.
got the end of the season, everybody fighting position to become a contender for the conference championship.
Yeah.
Then you have the playoffs. So now all the bowl games that would have been going on before, now they actually matter, you know. So because now you have an opportunity to play for a championship, and you cannot really say you get snubbed for it, because if you don't make top 12 or whatever, or win your bowl game, you win your conference, you know, that's your fault.
Right.
Not it kind of takes the guesswork out of who's gonna be in. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Now it's just a matter of you fighting to get to that position of who do you want to play. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And making that top 12. You don't make top 12, then you didn't deserve to be in the playoff anyway. Because
Right.
that's gonna be a blowout game. And it still may be some blowouts. So I think it will be a few, but yeah, just the fact that we get more quality games, we get to see the stars play for a championship, regardless of what team. So yeah,
No, I agree, and I mean, and the fact that a lot of G5 teams are going to be group of five teams are going to be incorporated within this top 12, especially taking the conference championship. I mean, the conference champions like your American conference teams, your Mountain West teams. Who else? Who am I forgetting? It's another G5, but Pac. I guess you could look at the Pac as a G5 now, um, but yeah, like a lot of these conferences, the lower conferences that we don't really get a chance to see a lot, are going to be mixed up with those P5s. It's going to definitely be a fight for the finish, man. I'm
right.
excited to see it, but yeah, we're this is going to be a very quick episode, y'all. We got to get Stacks out of here. But also I want to go ahead and hit on this Texas A&M LSU game as well. How about A&M, man?
Yeah, yeah. It didn't look pretty like that. What the beginning of the season, it was like, oh, I don't know what it's gonna be. But
Yeah.
now that they figured out their identity, they figured out what they want to do.
Mm.
Kudos to them, man. It looks really good for them right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Man, I have to marvel at the fact, and it's definitely been a big thing for me with this A&M team is I'm not confident in their starting quarterback Connor Wigman. Not feeling him. Not really feeling him. I mean, is he a good quarterback? Yeah, he's accurate. He's okay. But man, I've been marveling at this freshman Marcel Reed. Man, Marcel Reed, stud. I mean, the times that he does come in the game, he makes something happen, and I think he did that, especially in the second half of this game against LSU. Mind you, this guy's only a freshman and playing against the number 8 team in the country with the LSU, and playing literally looks like a pro behind center. Like, it was insane to see. Like, I'm pushing for him to start next season. Truthfully, like, I want this guy to start. Like, I think he definitely can be a problem if this Texas A&M team decides to move forward with him going into next season. But also, I do want to hop on the fact of Garrett Nussmeier. Um, Looked a lot better this week, from playing Arkansas. Didn't even throw a touchdown. So I definitely had my thoughts about that. 405 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and still lost. I mean, that's kind of crazy,
Well, I mean, 3 interceptions is that's a recipe for loss. So if you don't
Mm-hmm.
lose that game, then thank your defense. You know,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can't have three interceptions, especially in a battle of ranked opponents. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's it's tough to do. I mean,
Yes.
just prime example, Carson Beck in Texas had Georgia not, the defense not stepped up. That's a loss for them because it's hard to do that as a quarterback. You throwing 3 picks that messes up your confidence. You giving them extra possession because I mean, uh, if Texas run that touchdown back that he threw that last pick on, we might be having a whole different conversation about who's the top of the conference and who's the top of the football world right now. So Texas still remains number one had he ran that touchdown all the way back. So, I mean that pick all the way back. So I mean you can't throw 3 interceptions and expect to win. So because you put a lot of pressure on your defense and you
Yeah.
put a lot of pressure on yourself and you put a lot of pressure on everybody around you. So
Right, right. And I think Lavian Moss too, on that Texas A&M side of the ball, man, running back, one of the premier running backs of the SEC, alongside your boy, the king of the rushing yards right now, Mr. Jarquez Hunter. But yeah, man, Lavian Moss looked really hot on this past Saturday, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns, and it seemed like every time he got the ball, he was going in either for a first down or more. Like, he was just moving the ball downfield. So that's what you need with an offense like Texas A&M. You need to move the ball downfield. You need to get it in the end zone. You need to make sure that defense is holding strong. And I think that's one of the biggest things with the Texas A&M team this year as well, is how well their defense is playing. Like,
right.
they've been getting recruits left and right. I mean, they just picked up a guy from Douglas County here in Georgia, and then they picked up a wideout from Douglas County as well. So they got a lot of good solid guys coming in next year to add along with that front that they already have. So
That shit should show you when everybody says let's start as a freshman
mhm.
and how it looks your first year recruiting a team. Like they've had top 10 recruiting classes the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So you are now seeing those players
Mm-hmm.
blossom into who they're gonna be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's what the name of the game is. Like that's why do you think that you're not allowed to go to the league until you're a junior?
Yeah.
Because they don't care about how you play as a freshman. Because if you stay that way from freshman to junior, then that just means you're not coachable or you hit your ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to see how you progress as a freshman to a sophomore to a junior, senior, all of that. So that just goes to show you that's proof is in the pudding. Stay the course, be patient. Yeah, it's not gonna look good early. Like I mean, I don't want to bring up Auburn, but the same way with Auburn. Like I
Yeah.
mean, got a new coach. You know, got some good recruits coming in. You got to stay the course because these players develop and they get better. They get mature. They understand SEC ball. They understand, the conference they're in. They understand like because now from high school to college you have to read different things. Because high school you can get away with just being super talented on a super talented team. College, you can't get away with it as much,
Yeah.
you know, because you got to be able to read defense, understand coverages, understand different things, you know.
Right.
So you can't just go out there and run a whole bunch of routes and not know what you're looking at. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest.
No,
You
you're right. And the
know,
thing is, it's so funny because the thing is, I thought about Devin Miles from the movie Drumline not being able to read music, but he was talented. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So that's kind of how a lot of these guys are. You know, they don't know how to they don't understand coverages, and then they go out there and all is lost, and then they get turned into your favorite saying burnt cheese.
right,
So yeah, it happens. It happens a lot frequently than we think. So that's a perfect thing to hit on. So, yeah, two teams that could possibly make it into the top 12, maybe.
right.
It's really still up in the air, but yeah, I say move along. You got anything else on this game?
No, that
All
was
right,
it.
hey, listen, our last game, Colorado Cincinnati. Colorado is now bowl eligible.
Yeah,
Who would have thunk it?
and now is the time you can start talking a little jump. You start winning some games. You
Yep.
proving everybody wrong. This is what I've been saying this whole time. Like, I've always said they were good. I always said Shador was good. I always said that Travis Hunter is good. I just said that I want to see them do it at a high level and win games.
Mm-hmm.
Come bowl eligible. Get ready for that. Now, you continue to win. You continue to roll. You win out. You know what I'm saying? Now you may possibly be able to have a conversation or have a leg to stand on to possibly make a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're ranked now. You got some good opponents coming up, but they're very beatable opponents. You went out. You know what I'm saying? You could potentially you pretty much set your own fate at this point. Because then if you went out, there's some teams that's losing, some teams ahead of you that you know what I'm saying? So I mean, and then you putting together a resume, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for them. I'm happy for them, you know.
I am as well. It feels like it's hard for me to say that, but it's not. But I'm with you as well. I think I just wanted this team to do better than last season, and I think
Right.
they've done it. They're now bowl eligible. They're ranked in the top 25. Now it's just time to keep climbing. You keep elevating, keep getting better each and every week until the season is out. And who knows? You get a big win in a bowl game, it could shoot you up even more than what you expect. So, you just keep winning games. I really haven't heard too much talking going on. They aren't doing a lot of back and
Yeah, they
forth
haven't
now.
been popping it like they
Yeah, they
were
haven't
last
been
year. Like
popping it.
last year, like they were doing this, and they haven't been
Yeah.
popping it like that this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like y'all, they just put their head down and they go. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
cameras are gonna be on them because one is college football, two Prime is there, so they always
Right.
gonna put their light on it. So, but they haven't, been as vocal as they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I always said. I'm fine with you being vocal and talking junk and flexing on everybody, but uh put together a resume, win
Mm-hmm.
some games, win in fashion. Don't just win by 3 points every game. Don't just
Yeah.
win by one touchdown every game. Put some points on the board because y'all have the talent. You got the Websters, they are great. You have Horn, who is great. You have a unicorn in Travis Hunter, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have Shador Sanders, who is great. So
Yeah.
there's no excuse to not be great. So and then you have a great coach in Prime. I've always said I thought Prime was a great coach. But it takes time to build a program,
Mm-hmm.
especially when that program has a losing resume, meaning that they don't compete with the big dogs like on that big level. So yeah, happy for, super proud, super happy.
Yeah, man. I think I took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, again, when you get the job done, a lot of that talking and stuff that you did last season goes out the window. You finished with 4 wins last season, so two
Well, five,
wins, two more.
but
Huh?
5, but
Okay, 5. I'm sorry. I'll give credit where it's due. 5. But now you got one more win than last season. So now again, this comes with putting your head down, attack it each week like you need to, and you get the job done. So kudos to Colorado. Congrats, you did what needs to be done. So now you can become bowl eligible. Now you're bowl eligible. Now you get to figure out who you're gonna be playing in the bowl, where you're gonna be playing. So yeah, hey, keep getting the job done. Let's look forward to next week. Now we're at our predictions, brother. Listen, we told y'all we gonna get y'all out of here today. So all right. So of course we're gonna save the best two for last. 12 p.m. Eastern Saturday. ABC Duke Miami. Who you got?
Got Miami, man. I like the way Cam Ward is commanding the offense right now.
Yeah, I do as well.
Defense is suspect as I don't know what, but Cam Ward commanding that offense.
Yeah, definitely enjoying what Cam Ward is doing right now. They're really playing some solid football. Like you said, that defense is, man, step it up. Like, oh my goodness, you cannot let Duke get into this game. I mean, there's just no way possible you can let Duke get into this game.
Oh, shout out Malik Murphy for and that's his name, Malik Murphy.
Yeah, Malik Murphy, the transfer from Texas.
Played backup a lot at Texas, and now he's playing pretty good. I love to see it.
Solid guy, man. I was really rooting for him at Texas, but I understand when Riley Leonard transferred over to Notre Dame from Duke, so he went into Duke and took that starting job. And hey, man, he's been doing what needs to be done. But I do not have him winning this game Saturday.
Oh no, by no stretch.
Sorry to break it to you. 3:30 Saturday, CBS. Number 1 Oregon versus Michigan. Who you got?
I got Oregon because Michigan, man, they can't throw it in the ocean.
Yeah, quarterbacks are really struggling this year for Michigan. Dylan Gabriel looking solid. Tez Johnson solid. Jordan James solid. All man, just some just guys on both sides of the ball.
This year is Oregon's race to lose right now.
Right, for sure.
Right now.
They're in that top spot, which is what they wanted. So now it's
that's what I'm saying, and this is, I mean, and they've been playing like Dylan Gabriel. You shut me up. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been a critic of him, but you shut me up. I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yeah, like I said, I have Oregon. I think Oregon really comes away with this game. It may be over a lot early than we think. So, I'm taking Oregon. 3:30 p.m. Eastern, ESPN, Texas Tech versus number 11 Iowa State. Two teams that we really haven't talked about a lot on the pod, but I definitely have. This is a rough one because I know there's a Texas Tech fan out there that's going to give me slack if I pick Iowa State, but I think Iowa State is the stronger team right now.
Yeah, take the slack. Be real. I mean, you know.
just taking. Iowa State has been really good in recent years, especially staying in that top 25. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take Iowa State this game. Yeah, I'm gonna take Iowa State.
That's who I predicted too.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're on the same. I think we're on the same page. 3:30 p.m. Saturday. Peacock 13 Indiana versus Michigan State. Who you got?
I got Indiana. Indiana's been playing some good ball. Another Saban hire, if I'm not mistaken. Coached under Saban. Was that's the guy?
Yeah, I want to say that he coached at Cincinnati when Desmond Ritter was there, but I want to say I'm wrong. I can't think of the coach's name right now.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he was still from the Saban tree.
Fickell. Yeah.
He's still from the Saban tree.
Yeah, but I want to say Luke Fickell coaches at Wisconsin. I could be wrong.
I don't know about that. I was just saying he's one of the Saban's prodigies. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I got Indiana this game. I think he coaches at Wisconsin. That's on my mind now. I'm sorry, y'all, but 7:30 Eastern, ABC Saturday. Number 10 A&M versus South Carolina. Who you got?
Well, I got A&M because South Carolina's offense really struggles in spurts. Their defense to me is pretty stout. I mean, they're not like elite yet, but they're pretty stout. But I think A&M gets it done.
After the showing they had against LSU this past week, I think they still stay hot and go into this game really still feeling the heat from this past game. I'm taking A&M this game to really dominate quick and
Are
early.
we gonna have a prediction where we're agreeing the entire prediction segment?
I think you know what.
This is a first. This is a
I think
first.
I really think this week 10 might be the week that it finally has happened. I really do think so. Now, granted, we still got 3-4 more
Yeah, I
games left.
know.
So
That's
let's
what I'm
see. Yeah,
saying.
yeah. But let's
I don't
see.
know. I don't
Let's
know.
let's let's see. I think it may happen this week, y'all. 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Louisville versus Clemson. Number 11 Clemson. Who you got?
Clemson's been playing some
Yeah.
great football.
hmm
I got Clemson. I got Clemson.
Yeah. I can't deny that. I'm taking Clemson. Of course, when Louisville and Miami played, I think they were really going head to head, but that just went to show how bad Miami's defense was really
Yes, I
playing.
can't really go off of that game because
Yeah,
the defense is just so bad.
you're right. And I think Clemson's defense is a lot better than Miami's defense is,
Right,
even though
right.
these are two teams that were pretty much slating to play in the ACC championship with Miami and Clemson. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Clemson this game. I really think there's going to be um, trouble in the water for Louisville this game. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing that. 7:45 Eastern Saturday, SEC Network, a big rivalry game. Let's get it. Kentucky and Tennessee. Who you got?
Got Tennessee, Kentucky. They defense is pretty solid at
Mhm.
spurts, but they gave up a lot of rushing yards to Auburn.
Yeah.
And Tennessee, probably to me this year, outside of Boise, but Boise is they have a beast back there. But
Mhm.
outside of that, they have the best schemes for their running backs. So I think Tennessee spreads it out and lets their running backs go to work because yeah, we ran
I
all over
I
Kentucky.
I I really like Tennessee's running back, Dylan Sampson. He's really been getting the job done for Tennessee. I'm gonna take Tennessee this game. Really look really like Tennessee. Really want Tennessee to get this job done because
Man, I'm just gonna
Kentucky.
be honest with you. I'm happy Tennessee is
Yeah,
competing and playing great football
yeah.
this year. I just hope, and you're gonna hate this, that they compete against Georgia. You know, I'm
Mhm.
not saying win. I just hope that they compete. And as a Tennessee fan out there that I love dearly and hold dearly to
I,
my
I
heart,
I love them as
that's gonna
well,
love
but
that.
I don't think that'll happen, brother. But hey,
I don't know. I mean, the way the season has been going, the teams we expect to
yeah,
compete
yeah,
don't compete, and then the teams that we don't expect to compete,
mhm,
compete. So it's like,
yeah.
what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I got Tennessee for that game.
I really think Tennessee comes out this game, and I mean, dude, they coming out in them black unis, and man, I hate orange, but them black unis, some serious, man.
And shout out to their promo team, whoever's
Oh
over
yeah, the
there,
video was
promo
tough.
videos. What a way to break that you got the black unis.
Speaking of that, there is a guy that I follow from Tennessee's media team named Noah, and I definitely want to give him a shout out because he kind of gave a behind the scenes of how they did the video, and man, they put in some work. I
Right.
might want to I might want to get him on the pod one day. We'll have to see about that. I may have to
You
reach
might
out,
you might
but
need to
yeah,
get some
yeah.
knowledge from
I'm
my
all
boy.
right. Like, hey, can you possibly get a video for College Couch? But anyway, 8 p.m. Eastern Saturday. Oh, he didn't think that was funny. All right, 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, ACC Network. Number 18 Pitt against number 20 SMU. Who you got?
I want SMU with the upset.
I'm really taking SMU up with the upset as well. Huge fan of running back Brashard Smith. That guy is a workhorse, and definitely has been on the radar this season. And it's so funny. It was my buddy who actually put me on to him. But yeah, Brashard Smith, running back for SMU, dog, really underrated dog. So I think SMU comes with the upset. But man, his defense has looked ridiculous this season. Oh, this is gonna be a game to watch for sure,
Right,
man.
for sure.
God, that's a game. Yeah, I take SMU with the upset. All right, I'm back. 3:30 p.m. Saturday, ABC. It's Gator Hate Week. Florida, Georgia. Who you got?
I mean, I got Georgia, but I'm expecting Florida to play like they have nothing to lose.
That's one thing. Okay, I can definitely agree with that. Because one thing about Florida, like you said, they don't have nothing to lose this season, but also their fans just do not care at this point. They are so ready for
Well,
this.
Florida fans are they're gonna troll Georgia
Yeah,
regardless because that's just the game of all game. Like I'm just be honest with you. If you could, if they pull, if, not saying they will, I got Georgia for this one, but if they were to pull this game out,
yeah,
that gives Florida so much joy and hope for the future.
yeah,
Because it's like, I mean, it's a slap in the face because you couldn't get it done for the other teams, but
right.
it's almost a beautiful thing. Like if you can beat Georgia, that gives you promise for the future. So that lets you know you have the right players and you can win in that atmosphere. But
I
and I think they're gonna play their. I think they're gonna play their tails. I just think Georgia's
yeah,
gonna be too much for them
I will say
defensively.
this.
I think the offense may struggle.
Mm. This will give Florida fans to really see what DJ Lagway is made out of. This really gives him the opportunity to see how he plays up against a really elite defense that Georgia has. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think DJ Lagway is a great quarterback moving forward. From Graham Mertz. But one thing that Georgia struggles with is mobile quarterbacks, and DJ Lagway is a mobile quarterback, like mobility out of this world. So I don't think they get the job done, but I think they kind of also don't think they'll get the job done. But I definitely expect DJ Lagway to probably give a little issue to Georgia's defense. But yeah, we'll see. But I got my boys. Them boys better handle business come Saturday.
For sure.
And I ain't gonna say it no more. That's it. All right, 12 p.m. Big bro. One of the biggest games this season. Why is this a noon kick? For
Yeah, I didn't understand that
God,
either.
bro.
It should have been a night game.
I mean, this was the perfect opportunity to have the Penn State whiteout game, and you make it a noon kick. I mean, every dang network has made this game their game of the week, and it's a noon
I
kick.
I would have switched them for South Carolina and what you call it. Just
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's on Fox, so whatever is playing on Fox at 7:30 could have probably been pushed up. Whatever it's gonna go on. So I don't know, but anyway, number 4 Ohio State and number 3 Penn State. God, bro, a noon kick makes me want to throw a brick at I don't even know. I'm mad. Okay, I'm mad.
yeah,
This should not be a
yeah.
noon kick game.
But I think Ohio State pulls this one out just because of Franklin's past because he can't get past Ohio State and Penn State. This would be their first true test.
Mm-hmm.
Like meaning like when I say that, meaning that this is their first big opponent that has
Mm.
it on offense and has it on defense. So I got Ohio State, but I don't have Ohio State by much. I think a field goal touchdown settles this game for Ohio State.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, brother, I'm going to tell you this. You thought this week was going to be the week we had a clean sweep. It's not going to happen. I think Penn State comes out this game um again playing like they have a lot to lose, which they do. Penn State's defense has really been tough, and I don't think this will be Ohio State's game to win because of Penn State's defense. So offense is going to have to step up big time for Penn State.
But see, but
Offense,
the thing with that is they have the weapons to do that.
I
Like,
agree. I agree.
so yeah, I mean, to me, Penn State has always had, good defensive players, good, good defenses or whatever, but
Yes.
I don't know, for whatever reason, the Ohio State game is the game that just like. But I mean, I like how Penn State's been playing this year, but I think this one will show me if Penn State is for real or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, because I mean, just like Penn State has a good defense, although Ohio State's defense has not been as dominant as we may have thought, they still have great players on that defense. So
yeah,
I think this will be a make or break for both Franklin and for Day. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Honestly, because if Ryan Day can't get past Penn State, that's a 2 losses that drops you in the ranking, and then it shows that he can't win the big games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
I mean,
I will tell you this: if Penn State gets the job done, which I pray to God they do, expect a big payday coming James Franklin's way, 100%.
Oh, for sure. Well,
100%.
I honestly will say this: he gets past this game, yeah, but at this point, you gotta get past the rest of your season, because at this point you're already ranked top 5, so you've proven that you can be in the top 5. Okay, and then you beat Ohio State. Okay, you've proven you can beat Ohio State. Now that means nothing if you don't compete for a championship. And I'm not just saying make playoffs. I'm saying win playoff games. I'm not saying, I think they're gonna make the championship, but it's kind of like for him to save his job, in my opinion, or to get that big payday, he kind of have to make the championship. I mean, because what other time is gonna have to get that run? Like, I mean, we've seen it happen before, that teams that we didn't expect to make the championship, they are never to be heard from again the next year. You got Washington, you got TCU, you got Cincinnati, So, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But I got Ohio State.
All right. Listen, I got Penn State. We almost had a sweep this week, brother, but maybe next week. We'll see. But
there's never going to be a time at this point.
Who knows?
This is our best opportunity. So it's never
I mean, hey, one, it does make a difference, but it'll be all right. But ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for hanging out with us for another great episode of the College Couch Podcast. We cannot thank you so enough for your love and support, for hanging out with us for this past 50 minutes or so, I guess now. But thank y'all. I can never say it enough how much we appreciate you guys. We love y'all. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above and more. Yeah, that's all I got. Also, college basketball on the way. Stay tuned for that. We are looking super looking forward to college basketball season this year. A lot of good headlines and storylines are already making its way out. We definitely want to go ahead and finish out college football first before we dive deep into the college basketball scene. So, yeah. Stackz, that's all I got, brother. Please take us home.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in every week for College Couch. We will be nothing without y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate it. If you got any players that play volleyball, basketball, football, tennis, I don't care. If they are somebody that needs some shine, we want to put them on our platform, talk to them, talk about them, give them the shine that they deserve. Hit my DM, hit Javaris' DM, hit the College Couch page. We respond. So let us know. But we appreciate y'all for all the love. Like, comment, share, continue to subscribe. We appreciate the love. Tell a friend, tell their grandmama, their auntie, them. College Couch Podcast is where it is at. I just got tongue-tied for the first time. But anyway, we love y'all, appreciate y'all, but guess what though? We got bills to pay. Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, I gotta go get it.